They said strange things started happening the moment a mirror arrived in Umuike. No one knew who brought it or why. But from that day, secrets that had slept for years began to wake. The village of Umuike sat tucked between a slow river and a stretch of red earth that cracked under the dry season sun. Houses stood low and proud, moulded from red mud and thatch. Goats wandered freely where children once raced, and on market days the whole place hummed like a cola nut being chewed, a constant mix of gossip, bargaining, and the thump of drums from a distant shrine. It was a peaceful place, or so it seemed. Everyone knew everyone's business, except for the things people tried very hard to keep hidden. And in Umueke, once a secret began to stir, it never stayed buried for long. What began as an ordinary day in Amma's small hair salon by the roadside would soon shake the entire village, all because one woman brought a mirror that should have never been used. The morning the stranger arrived, the Harmattan wind carried a strange stillness. Even the goats that usually fought by Amma's salon doorway stood quiet, as if they sensed something unseen. She came walking slowly along the red path, a tall woman wrapped in fine blue cloth, her eyes hidden behind gold-framed shades no one in Umueke had ever seen before. In her hands, she carried a small wrapped bundle, neat, careful, and heavy, like a secret that had waited too long to be told. When she reached Amma's salon, she did not greet or smile. She simply said, in a calm voice that made even the air pause,
"I need my hair done, and I brought my own mirror."
Amma blinked. No one ever brought their own mirror to her salon. Her customers trusted her, trusted the little warped mirror on her wall that had served the village for years. But this woman's bundle gleamed as she unwrapped it, revealing a mirror unlike any Amma had ever seen. Its frame was carved from dark wood, etched with symbols of waves and fish scales. The glass was spotless, too spotless, so clear that when Amma looked into it, for a heartbeat, she thought she saw something move behind her reflection. The stranger placed it gently on the salon table and smiled.
"My mother said this mirror never lies,"
she whispered.
"but sometimes the truth can be dangerous."
Amma brushed the woman's hair in slow, practiced strokes. Outside, children laughed and chased one another across the dusty road, unaware that the air inside the salon had grown heavy, too heavy for laughter. As Amma parted the woman's hair, she glanced at the new mirror. At first, she saw only what she expected. The woman's face, calm and proud, her own hands moving behind her. But then the reflection blinked, once, twice, though neither of them had. Amma froze. The comb slipped from her fingers. The stranger smiled into the mirror, not at Amma.
"You saw it, didn't you?"
she said quietly. Her voice was neither question nor boast. It was acceptance, as if the mirror's mischief was an old companion.
"Madam,"
Amma whispered,
"your mirror. It moves."
The woman tilted her head.
"It doesn't move,"
she said.
"It remembers."
A breeze pushed through the open doorway, stirring the smell of shea butter and river dust. In the reflection, the salon looked the same, except for one detail. Behind them, where the door should be open to the street, the mirror showed it closed. Amma spun around. The door was wide open just as before. When she looked back at the mirror, the image had returned to normal. The stranger watched her reaction with the patience of someone testing a lock.
"Keep it here for me,"
the woman said at last, rising from the chair.
"You will understand why when the time comes."
She left the salon, leaving the mirror behind like an unspoken confession. Amma stood alone, listening to the quiet, the comb still lying on the floor. From outside came the everyday rhythm of the village, goats bleating, a mother scolding her child. But inside Amma's shop, the air held its breath. That night, when the moon climbed above Umueke, Amma swore she heard the sound of whispering, soft and steady, coming from the direction of the mirror. And though she tried to ignore it, she found herself answering in her sleep. The first whispers began 3 nights after the stranger left. Amma had locked her salon as usual, but villagers passing by swore they heard voices inside. Two women arguing softly, one pleading, one laughing. When Amma opened her shop at dawn, the chairs were exactly where she'd left them. Only the mirror was different. Faint handprints misted its surface, smaller than her own.
Maybe you talk in your sleep, Amma,
Joked Chica the Weaver. Amma forced a smile, but the mirror's glass shimmered like a pool hiding something deep. That afternoon, while braiding a girl's hair, she caught the reflection of a man standing behind them, a man who wasn't there. The girl turned, saw nothing, and giggled.
Auntie, you're seeing ghosts again.
By the next market day, word had spread.
Have you heard?
The pepper seller asked the meat butcher.
Amma's mirror speaks when no one is near.
The butcher laughed, but later, when his own face flickered strangely in a basin of water, his laughter stopped. Children began daring each other to peek through Amma's window after sunset. Some claimed they saw shadows combing hair by themselves. Others said they saw their future selves smiling sadly back at them. The elders muttered that the mirror belonged to the river, that it had been taken from a spirit's shrine long ago, and that the spirit wanted it back. Mama Efwa, oldest of them all, came to Amma one evening.
Child,
She said,
mirrors are mouths. They swallow what we don't confess. If this one keeps eating, it will soon want flesh.
Amma listened, eyes on the glass. Inside the reflection, Mama Efua's lips did not move, even as her real voice filled the room. The old woman crossed herself with charcoal.
Lock it at night and never let a stranger look twice.
Then she left, her footsteps fading into the dark. That night, Amma covered the mirror with a wrapper. But near midnight, the wrapper slipped off by itself, and for the first time, Amma saw her own reflection whispering her name. She wanted to scream, but something held her tongue, a feeling like fingers of cold water pressing against her lips. The mirror wasn't showing, it was listening. The storm came without warning. One moment, the sky over Ike was the colour of ripe plantain. The next, it turned the colour of ash. Thunder rolled across the hills like a drum announcing judgment. Amma had stayed late to finish braiding Ogechi's hair. Ogechi was cheerful, the kind who filled silence with gossip.
Auntie Amma,
She said, laughing.
they say your mirror steals people's dreams. I want to see if it will steal mine.
Better to leave dreams alone, my dear.
Amma warned. But Ogechi turned toward the covered mirror and, before Amma could stop her, pulled away the wrapper. The lamp flame bent sideways. For a heartbeat, nothing moved. Then Ogechi's laughter choked in her throat.
Auntie, who is that behind me?
In the mirror stood Ogechi, and another Ogechi beside her, older, drenched, eyes hollow like river stones. The second Ogechi lifted a hand. The real one did too, helplessly, as if her arm were being pulled by strings. Amma lunged forward, shouting a prayer, but the mirror flashed white. When the light faded, Ogechi had collapsed, her hair half-braided, her skin cold as rainwater. She was breathing, barely, but her reflection was gone. Amma dragged her outside, screaming for help. Villagers came running, faces lit by lightning. They saw Ogechi lying limp, eyes open but empty, and they saw the mirror inside the salon, glowing faintly as though it had swallowed a candle.
The mirror took her spirit.
Someone cried.
break it!
Shouted another. But when two men tried to lift it, the glass burned their palms as if it were hot iron. Mama Efua arrived, pushing through the crowd with a bundle of leaves and chalk. She drew white lines on the doorframe and said,
No one touches it again tonight. Let the river judge by morning.
When the sun rose, Ogechi awoke, weak, trembling, unable to remember what she had seen. But she whispered one thing over and over.
It's waiting. It's still hungry.
Amma looked at the glass and understood what Mama Efwa had meant. The mirror didn't want faces anymore. It wanted truth, and truth always demanded a price. By sunrise, the whole of Eke was awake, Drums were silent that morning. Even the birds seemed to hold back their songs. The story of what happened in Amma's salon had spread faster than Harmattan fire. Now the elders were calling for judgment. The elders sat in a half circle, their walking sticks crossed before them like boundaries between worlds. Amma stood in the middle, the mirror beside her, covered with a thick wrapper of goatskin. Ogechi, still pale but alive, sat nearby with her mother fanning her gently. The oldest of the elders, Panwokoro, struck his staff thrice on the ground.
"Let the earth hear,"
He said,
"Something unnatural has entered our village, and it must answer for its deeds."
He turned to Amma.
"Child of the hands that make beauty, what have you brought upon us?"
I did not bring it, Papa. A woman brought it. She said it was a gift from her mother. I did not know it held such power.
Murmurs rippled through the crowd.
A gift from her mother.
Someone whispered.
Or a trap from the spirits.
"A tool that steals breath cannot stay among the living,"
He said.
"It must be broken, or the river will take more than we can give."
And if you break what you do not understand,
She countered.
will the curse not scatter into pieces, each seeking a new home?
Her voice carried like wind through dried leaves.
Sometimes destruction only feeds the thing you fear.
One said,
We should send it to the shrine of Ani. Let the priest decide.
Another said,
No. Let the river judge, as the old ways demand.
but among them all, none dared to uncover the mirror. A young man, bold with ignorance, stepped forward.
What are we afraid of? It's just glass.
He yanked the wrapper off before anyone could stop him. The mirror caught the sunlight and threw it back. Not as light, but as images. One by one, faces in the crowd appeared in its surface. A farmer hiding stolen yams, a widow clutching charms she swore she'd never use, a boy sneaking coins from his father's pocket. Every hidden act the mirror remembered, it revealed. People screamed and fell to their knees.
"Cover it! Cover it!"
Shouted Panwokoro. But the mirror had already done what it came for. It had reminded Umu Eke of what they had become. Mama Efwa walked forward, unshaken. She faced the glass and spoke softly.
Mirror that remembers, you have shown us enough. We will not hide any more.
Then she took a white chalk from her pouch and drew a cross across its surface. For a moment, everything was still. Then the mirror dimmed, its glow gone, its surface turning dull like river clay. The wind returned, brushing through the trees as if the world had taken a deep breath again. The elders looked to one another, unsure whether they had witnessed salvation or trickery. Panwokoro raised his staff.
"Let it be decided,"
He said.
"The mirror will remain in Amma's keeping. But if another soul is taken, it shall be cast into the river forever."
I will keep it, Father. I will not let it harm another.
As she spoke, the mirror gave a faint sound. Not a whisper this time, but something like a sigh of memory. And from that day, no one in Umu Eke dared to lie in front of Amma's mirror again. That night, Amma could not sleep. Though the elders had spoken, though the mirror now sat dull and quiet, something in her chest refused to rest. She kept hearing Ogechi's faint words echoing in her mind. It's waiting. It's still hungry. The moon watched her like an old witness. The path to the river shimmered faintly under the light, narrow, lonely, but familiar. She carried the mirror wrapped in cloth against her chest. When Amma reached the riverbank, the air felt thicker. The water, calm at first, began to ripple though no wind stirred it. She placed the mirror on a flat stone and knelt.
If you are spirit,
She whispered.
then speak. If you are cursed, then release us.
Slowly, a shape formed on the surface. A woman's face, neither young nor old, neither smiling nor angry. Her eyes were the color of deep water.
Child of Amma's line,
The voice said softly,
why do you call?
Because this mirror remembers too much. It brings pain. I want to end it.
The spirit tilted her head.
End it? Can one end the truth? Long ago,
the spirit continued.
A woman wept beside this same river. Her husband had betrayed her, and she begged the waters to show her the truth. The river pitied her and gave her this mirror. But when she looked too deeply, she began to see what no human heart could carry. So I took her, and the mirror remained, waiting for another who would bear it. You, Amma, have used it differently. You have not sought to destroy, but to heal. Because of that, it may rest.
The spirit raised her hand. The river lifted in gentle waves, curling around the mirror. When the water withdrew, the mirror was clear again, plain, harmless, like any other.
Remember,
The spirit said, her voice fading,
truth is not your enemy. But if you carry it without love, it will always feel like a curse.
Amma knelt for a long time, her tears mixing with the river's edge. When she finally rose, she carried the mirror home, not as a burden, but as a lesson. The next morning, the village woke to something they had not felt in months: peace. The air smelled of roasted yam and fresh palm wine. Women swept their compounds humming softly. Men greeted one another without looking away in shame. She hung the mirror back on its usual spot, uncovered. Villagers came, hesitant at first, but when they saw their reflections looked ordinary again, relief spread like cool breeze. Ogechi, now fully healed, returned with her bright laugh. "Auntie Amma," she said.
Your mirror no longer steals dreams.
Amma smiled.
It never stole them.
She replied.
It only showed what we refused to see.
The elders came too, one by one, and thanked her for her courage. Even Panwa Koro, who had once called for the mirror's destruction, bowed slightly.
You have done what our ancestors could not. You faced truth and lived.
With time, the story of the mirror became a song sung at moon festivals, a reminder that secrets lose their power when shared. Many seasons passed, and Amma grew old, her hair silver like dawn over the river. She still worked some days, her hands steady, her smile bright. The mirror hung quietly in its corner, reflecting nothing but light.
Mama Amma,
One of the children asked.
is it true that your mirror once spoke?
Amma chuckled.
It never spoke, my child. It only listened.
Then what did it hear?
Another asked. Amma's eyes softened.
It heard our fears. It heard our lies. And when we stopped hiding, it went to sleep.
As dusk settled, she looked once more into the mirror and saw not ghosts, not spirits, but faces of those she'd helped. The river spirit's words echoed faintly in her mind.
Truth is not your enemy.
She whispered a small prayer, her voice as gentle as wind through palm leaves.
Let our reflections be honest, but kind.
And so the people of Umu-Ike learned that no mirror can curse a heart that walks in truth. For every secret that light uncovers, another path toward healing appears. That is why, till this day, when someone speaks falsely in Umu-Ike, the elders smile and say,
"Be careful. Amma's mirror is still watching."
Moral: secrets lose their power when truth is spoken with love.